See if I can get the stream up.
Better than it was a second ago.
You got a Yawgmoth Will on the stack? And or going fucking crazy?
Yeah.
I see on your stream, I see, yeah, that sounds good.
That's what it looks like. All right, so sorry about that technical difficulties, guys, but it looks like we're back. And, oh, good. It's still kind of skippy, but I'm back and I can hear Jimmy fine, so we're in better shape than we were a second ago.
That's all that matters. The rest of it is like kind of irrelevant. That's what matters.
It's true.
Also, fucking Yawgmoth Will.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That card in a while, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Not quite as popular as it used to be, but...
How long has it been since you've resolved the Yawgmoth Will, Andy?
Oh, it's been a long time. I don't know. Maybe I played some, like, test games with, like, a bad Storm deck recently, but...
It's
like,
pretty gross.
Within the year of it.
This is a good Storm deck that has Yawgmoth Will, and man, it's gross.
Yep.
And I don't know, like, I feel like Justin is not super... He may not be super familiar with it.
With Yawgmoth Will?
Yeah, exactly. Like, Justin is not super old school, right? He hasn't been playing for that long. He's very good, but he's not been playing for that long.
Yeah,
I think he's going to find out here, like, how absurd Yawgmoth Will, which is... The answer is real absurd. You're like, oh, cool, that card just kills me every time it resolves, huh? Yeah, great. It's a really good printing. Really good Magic design.
Yeah, so,
looks like we've got a Lotus. You guys made it. Sorry, we went offline for a little bit. So we had Lotus from Steve after the Mindbreak Trap. We've got a Demonic Tutor from Steve, resolved. Will from Steve.
I think I'm seeing him go off right now with Bulky.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm relaying from our chat
here,
our live like our people on the spot. We have a Lotus and a Demonic Tutor for Force Will, a Key, which is in play already, a Time Vault out of the graveyard. Justin Force Will. Steve responded with his Force backup. Time Vault resolved, which meant that Steve now has Time Vault Key, which is infinite turns. That's all of them. That's every single one of them forever.
Have to take all those turns.
So Justin's like, oh, how can I win? And the answer is Steve is like, you can't win.
Sorry, I
you can't kill me with Death Right.
Because I thought you were stupid.
So yeah, Steve was like, oh no, you're just dead. You can't remove Time Vault with Death Right Shaman. And Justin's like, okay, play it out, because Justin's a dude who wants to play it out. But don't let him fool you. Justin is dead. He is very dead.
Well,
Well, let's see. Yeah, Justin wants to see the win.
Yeah, which is fair. What's the sale the cards?
Announcers. I mean, it's totally reasonable. If I'm Justin this spot, I'm just like, yeah, just like pick up your deck and show me the win. I've done that. I've been on both sides of that at Champs this year. I played PO. So like I played like Time Vault Key people in like turn 2 or like game 2, and they're like, show me the win, and I was like, all right, I'll like shuffle through. Like here's a Blightstone Colossus, etc., etc. Totally reasonable. This is game 1, so Justin actually does need to know, and this is relevant.
Yeah, and I think so.
He's like, oh, I have Tendrils of Agony. That's a way different world than if he has Blightstone Colossus.
Did we see the Mentor this game or no?
Yes, the Mentor got Thoughtseize on like turn 2 or 3.
Okay, so Steve's only win is actually a hard cast Blightstone Colossus, which is obviously like easy to do when you have infinite turns.
Yeah, not a problem.
But he'll have to.
Not actually an issue.
Oh yeah, not a problem at all. It's just that's what he's gonna have to show Justin.
Luckily, Justin is a cool enough dude that he's like, yeah, you can just like you can see the Emerald, and the Time Vault Key just sitting there tapped in play. He's not gonna make him manually like fidget all of his crap every turn. He's just let Steve draw cards forever.
Yeah,
which is good. Steve's Mana Crypt is actually already gone because Steve had it in play before. It's either been tinkered or Hercule's recalled away or whatever. Like Steve has already played unused Mana Crypt, so it's already done.
Yeah, there's really
announcers drinking. I am drinking so I live in Denver. This is Jimmy McCarthy. You'll see me as LHC Dash on Twitch as the non-moderator in Andy's chat because Andy sucks. I'm drinking a Sierra Nevada Hot Bullet Double IPA. It's fine. It's whatever. And I'm also drinking a Tommy Knocker Blood Orange IPA. I'm sort of alternating for whatever I have. They're good. They're not amazing, but like whatever. I'm not going to say they're the best beer I've ever had, but they're not the worst. Like I've had much better beer in Colorado, but this is I was Lazy. It was cold out yesterday, so I just walked to the closest liquor store and got these. What are you drinking, Andy?
I'm drinking today. I've been drinking some UFO White. UFO is a Boston, or Harpoon is a Boston brand, and they have a beer called UFO White, and some Scotch, some Lagavulin 16, which is a top tier Scotch.
Oh, fancy! That's some expensive shit, right?
Yeah, it's not like it's expensive for a random bottle of liquor store. Yeah. If you want to get a pricey bottle of Scotch, it's
we're
a
not
lot,
like
but
financier like stock trader expensive. Right?
Yeah, it's not. It's expensive for something that is not rare in any way. Like you can get it at any liquor store. It's not. But
so the bottle of Scotch I have right now is the Ardbeg An Oa. Is that the right pronunciation?
Yep. I don't actually know how to pronounce it, but that's.
Well, that's actually one of the big reasons I bought it. Is like, oh man, Andy was just in Scotland. And I remember him saying like all the weird Ardbeg stuff he had was great.
Yeah.
I was like reading the description. I was like, yeah, I'll try this, and it was like 60, 65 or something here.
Yeah, this like, seems good.
Not expensive, but not cheap either.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking about it. I was like, oh, the was it Udadag? Ugadal, that's the one.
Yep.
I was like, oh, they have the Ugadal. And like, I looked at that. And I was like, this is on Black Friday that I went and bought it.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the Ugadal. I'm like, well, I know Andy said this is really good too, but like, this bottle's like legit like 20 more, like plus $20. Like, this is like an $82 bottle. I was like, I'm gonna try the An Oa first and see how that is, and like maybe I'll get the Ugadal next time if I'm really feeling like. But like $80.
Yeah, I mean the Ugadal's pretty intense. Yeah, it's definitely the Ugadal's definitely a like super peaty kind of like burnt.
Compared to the
tasting.
like the Ardbeg 10, right? So like the Ardbeg 10, right, is the super smoky Ardbeg, and like the Ardbeg 10 is fine. Personally, like I like the Lafroig 10 more. I think the Lafroig 10 is more complex. It's like I like the smokiness. Like I'm not one of those people. I really like the campfire taste, but I think the Lafroig 10 I really love. Like my favorite taste from Scotch I've had is the really sort of salty, briny, like the taste of the sea.
Okay.
So like I like the An Oa is it's way more tangy than the Ardbeg 10. Like it's still smoky. It's still like a very smoky, peaty Scotch, but it's got way more tanginess and like saltiness to it.
Nice. So you're a big fan of that one then? Yeah, awesome.
Like I like the smokiness a lot, but I really like the salty brininess is really sort of the flavor that I love in Scotches I've had. And I'm still a very amateur Scotch drinker.
Yeah, I mean I wasn't too into it until earlier this year. Yeah, so I was getting into it, but
taste for sure. Right.
All right. So they're shuffling up, so they probably already did sideboards, but we can take a quick look.
So this is what McGrew, who we've seen a bunch of times. He's playing a pretty standard blue, white, black. He's playing a sort of, I don't really know, like this is a nonsense description that I've given it, but this sort of mid-rangey, where he's got Voltaic keys with his tops, and he's got No Desire, and he's got Yogwill, but like he's like not super. He's got Tinker. But still he does not have Tendrils.
So yeah, I'm not really sure what I expect to see sideboard wise here.
Bug. I think he's probably bringing the Karns.
Yeah, I definitely think the Karns come in.
Like some more threat. Your Caracas is 1000% sideboard because Leovold
Stuff's Leovold, yeah.
You cannot beat Leovold in play. You must Caracas it without Tinker.
Yeah, and
Caracas is instant in, but I think you're literally just bringing in Caracas and 2 Leovolds and probably 2 Flusterstorms. Justin played a lot of counterspells game 1.
Yeah, it's funny because
he played like 2 or 3 Force of Wills and a bunch of missteps. Like you probably want Flusterstorm here.
I would say Flusterstorm is definitely relevant. Kumbal can be relevant. Fragmentize can kill Null Rod. But
I don't really like Kumbal here because like you're just never winning on damage. Like I think against Bug, you're expecting to have access to Abrupt Decay and or Assassin's Trophy. So like winning with Mentor is really hard. With one Mentor, I just don't think it's a particularly realistic plan, which makes me not really that interested in Kumbal.
Yeah, it's certainly not as good against Bug as it is against the Mirror or
against Jeskai. Like Kumbal seems way better.
And I don't think you have the cards to board out, right? The main deck is pretty solid against that. So
your main deck is 56 cards against blue decks, and then like 2 repeal, two Hercules recalls.
So I'll pull
Like,
up
the two Rickles are
Justice
an
real
easy
quick.
right?
Which
You might actually, you probably bring in the one Fragmentize because you want to worry about Null Rod. But from Justin here, right? So this is Justin.
yeah, and I think they're doing their mulligans. So just real quick, yeah, I've seen people bring in energy flux, which is interesting.
I think that is complete nonsense.
I've seen it win some matches, but we'll see.
Maybe.
Definitely no Rod.
Yeah, Null Rod and Fluster Storm are both auto wins, right? That's why you're playing those in the sideboard. They're for this matchup.
For sure.
I don't think Wasteland is what you want for this matchup. I think that's
yeah. They got some
yeah.
basics.
I think Wasteland is a card where like when the blue decks play lands and bring them in for workshops.
That's what it's there for. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's an extra mana source and or destroy a workshop.
All right, so game one or game two is starting. Justin, they have kept their hands. I saw a scry, I think, from Steve's side, so there was probably a mulligan there.
It's not great for Steve, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, if it's just a mull to 6, then I don't think it has really any impact. But if it's worse than that, then who knows? So
Sounds good.
It looks like Justin played a turn 1 preordain, I think. And C plays a top and pass. I cannot see what that card is underneath the tropical island.
It's a Mox for sure. So I think those are his Mox proxies.
All right, so the Sapphire, because it just played a Brainstorm off of it.
Makes sense.
Okay, so turn 1 preordain, turn 2 Brainstorm, lots of cantrips, kind of setting up his hand just the way he wants. Which is fine when Steve doesn't play 12 artifacts on turn 1, which he did.
When Steve was like turn 1 land top is just like hell yeah. Like that when you're the bug player, you're just like, can I high five you? Because suddenly this matchup went from like kind of bad to like really fucking good. Like, when you can match spell for spell with the outcome player, is just like this is awesome as bug. You're just like in such good time.
I need to put back on top.
Yeah, so Justin still resolving the Brainstorm. Hasn't played a land yet, so we could see any one of a number of decent 2-drops right now.
Okay, so we started.
But as they're still figuring out.
To be fair, the only 2-drop in his deck is one Tarmogoyf.
One Tarmogoyf, one Jace, post-board receipt.
Sorry, he does have one Jace.
Two Null Rods.
Those are not creatures. I'm thinking about creature 2-drops. Get out of here.
Sure, but I just said 2-drops. I didn't say creatures. But yeah, and there's some relevant 2-mana instants, but we won't see him play them. Obviously, pass with them up.
Yeah, I mean he's not going to play like. Does he even have what 2-mana instances? He
a mana drain, 3 Assassin's Trophies.
He's playing. He's playing 1 mana drain. He's playing that weirdo list.
Yeah, I mean I think 1 mana drain is fine in a lot of decks. Bug is tough because the color.
I'm sure you do.
The colored mana is very restrictive.
You're a little bit biased.
It's true. I do. I own stock in people playing mana drains.
I should note though, Justin does not have any Bayous in his list, which does make mana drain a lot better. Did he just pass? I feel like there's a fetch land, right?
It's a little skippy, so I don't know. Looks like he passed. Yeah, brainstormed and did not shuffle.
That is.
No, okay, hold on. There's a proxy in Justin's graveyard. I can't tell what it is. It might have been a wasteland. Oh, it was wasteland.
Oh, it was wasteland.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
This is a gross looking game if just like nobody plays
so
second land.
So Steve dropping a Lotus
Steve's
here.
got Lotus.
And
that does turn out that actually relieved that turned out his Mox Opal to activate top.
Which makes sense. He just can't use the Lotus now. He just needs to keep it around so he can Opal the top.
It's just straight up Urza's Bauble, but worse. Just because he just is like, I just need to find a land on top.
Yeah, Justin just draw go. Now that Justin has all this mana out, draw go is a little more enticing, right? He's sitting back, could have counters, could have removal, and Steve obviously his board is not so exciting. Surprises are tough to make out.
So Justin has a Sapphire and a Lotus in play. Those are the 2 proxies.
All right, and what?
We're gonna try and get him a more effective fucking marker.
There's
Asshole Roxy.
okay, so that must be an actual swamp there, not a proxy.
No, that's an underground sea.
Okay, so he's got it
You
up.
can see there's some Sharpie on it.
Okay, but we got looks like an abrupt decay.
Is he killing the Lotus? Sorry, my stream's a little behind.
Yeah, I
You gotta play
Mine's
my
skippy
stream
too.
here. Oh my. Oh my.
yeah killed the Lotus to turn off the opal. Oh, so
Yeah,
skippy.
that's-
But
Automatic.
Steve drew another artifact, which was a good one to draw. Drew
Wait,
Pearl.
the abrupt decay just resolved. He did not have a response.
Well, if it's abrupt decay.
Ooh.
Oh.
You
Because
can
of the top.
respond with mana abilities, and also it's not split second.
I mean, honestly,
Knight's Whisper.
it's possible.
into-
It's possible that it responded with top and it skipped. Right, this room is
No,
very
okay,
secret
yeah,
now.
totally reasonable. Yeah, you probably use top.
Because we lost like a couple seconds there. But yeah, drawing the Pearl into Night's Whisper, pretty nice there. And
then he's got. It looks like he's got.
yeah,
a
the Voltaic key,
key.
which now a slow game favors Steve.
I think it's really so. So Justin had. So he had top, tap to draw, use key to untap top, tap to draw again. Justin had a Snapcaster Mage. Steve responded by forcing the Snapcaster. Justin responded with some proxy that I'm not super sure of, but I would assume is Flusterstorm, given that he tapped a single blue for it. Which means that he's going to resolve his Snapcaster Mage and probably then Brainstorm in response. That's not great for Justin. I don't really know about this play here. Like, Snapcaster's great, but also, like, it feels like Steve is about to draw a bunch of cards. It makes this feel a lot worse for Justin, because Justin does not just want to draw cards, right? He's not trying to outdraw Steve.
Wants to stop key threats. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
like the Snapcaster Flusterstorm,
it may not be-
pivot access seems great.
The stream just keeps dying. So it may not be about net cards, but just desperately trying to find Nullrod.
Honestly,
Because
I think
against this board, Nullrod is
like, what
is a
is
win.
it about? That's what we're here to. That's what we're here to determine, Andy. Is what is it? It's about.
What
I don't
is
think
any
it's
of this
about
about?
I don't think it's about net cards. I think it's about specific cards. Like, just has a lot of cards that are like
Yeah.
worth 4 or 5 plus of Steve's card. And
Yes.
I think that trading, the way that Justin is trading, I think is, and my experience as a bug player, and I definitely could just be wrong, but I think the way that Justin is trading is not good, because I think trading 1 for 1 or 2 for 1 or whatever is not good. Because, like, who cares?
It certainly
Like,
gets
him tap to draw like that, right?
it certainly gets a lot worse when Steve has the key timeout, because Steve's drawing 2 cards a turn, and Justin's drawing 1.
Your turn.
So Justin tapped 3 mana. That must be a Leovold, because, like, what else could it be? Like, that's the card that you want. Like,
Yeah,
I think spending your
Leovold
Flusterstorm
totally-
before Leovold sucks.
Yeah, I mean, if Justin is convinced that Steve will fight back, then it's fine. You're saving yourself the mana, but
It's true, and Steve kind
But
of
it's a
played it in his
gamble.
hand,
It's a
which
gamble.
Sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I think it's maybe it's a play like you have a read on him, but I'm not sure. I don't really love that play from Justin's side.
so
But like,
I
think
can't
that's-
see. So Leovold's on the stack, we think,
No, Leovold's in already.
and already. Oh
It
my
was
god.
backstep and then Steve untapped.
Yeah, I am not even seeing that on the board,
Yeah,
so I'm way far
it's
behind.
Not the stream is good or bad. You may want to like stop and restart your stream real quick.
Yeah, well, it's not the stream; it's the.
Yeah, I like the restream. I think like for me, it's working a little better now than it was. It's
Yeah.
still not-
So I threw the
it's
deck with
not-
some screen.
it's kinda not doing great for us.
I'm gonna try doing this through VLC rather than
Yeah. I'm just watching VLC.
see if.
Sorry, friends. We're gonna do a quick break. I will try to relay anything that's happening to you. Steve has no lands. He tapped his Pearl to play a Sensei's Divining Top, which is with Pearl, Mox Opal, Voltaic Key, and Top in play. Justin Waller has just untapped. He's got 2 mana. He has spent those 2 mana on a card I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess it's a Nullrod, because that's fucking disgusting here. If you were listening, all of Steve's cards I mentioned are artifacts. And Justin has a Leovold and a Snapcaster Mage in play, ready to dominate the dojo as it was.
Is that a Leovold proxy,
Yeah.
or is that...
It's a proxy Leovold, so I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's Leovold. So Steve is responding to whatever Justin has played, which I'm pretty sure is a Null Rod. He's spent 1 mana. He is casting a... Is that a Surgical Extraction? No, it's a Vampire Tutor. I was like, that's Surgical's not in his deck. So Steve is vamping in response to the Null Rod. I mean, 1000% Academy, right? That's the only card in his deck that has text at this point, because Steve has exactly 4 artifacts in play, and no lands and no non-lands that are not artifacts. But he might be getting Caracas, because Caracas bounces Leo. Well, basically, yeah. So Justin's got a label in play. He's got a piece of paper that says LEO on it.
Nice.
He can't be bothered to make a.
That's fine.
Sharpie
It's
on his
fine.
paper.
It's fine. We're,
It's fine.
you know, they're there to play Magic. They're not there to make the coverage nice for us.
Yep. Yeah. So there's a Null Rod in the stack. Stephen McGrew has responded with a Vamp.
Okay.
Vamp is resolved. We got some deck shuffling happening.
Yeah.
So the Mountain Proxy is a Null Rod. The Swamp Proxy, the one with the piece of paper on it, is a
It's a
Leovold.
Leovold.
The first draw?
And then there's some Moxes off to the side, I
To
guess.
get the first draw?
Yeah.
I don't believe you get any
So the all white card is a Mox Sapphire, but obviously it doesn't do anything with Null
No run
Rod.
play. Yeah.
So the Null Rod's gonna resolve. Steve McGrew is gonna be dumpstered. He's gonna be just put in the garbage can.
It's already a great card against the deck in general, but against this board, it's just
Yeah,
dumb.
exactly. Where Steve got his only land wastelanded and then has not played another land, that's pretty bad. So honestly, the choices for Steve are like Caracas or Tolarian Academy. But both of those also suck real bad, right? So he can get Caracas and bounce the Leovold, but then he has no mana. He has a Plains.
Oh, so was no run on the stack? This is
Steve-
forcible hit play.
So Steve actually had the Force of Will for the
Okay.
right. So he tapped to blind draw off the top.
Nice.
There is a reasonable chance that he drew either the Force or the blue card off the blind draw off top.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
So
Now-
this is actually what did he get? So if he got
If you got the blue card, that's a reasonable odds. But if it was the Force, good for him.
yeah, so he's gonna replay the top.
Yeah.
He's gonna activate the top. Well, we're saying he has to have gotten. There's no way he got anything except for Tolarian or Academy or Tolarian or Caracas, right? But either of those he gets. Still, even
Was
with
this?
the Force
I'm
of
missing.
Will,
Did he
it's
resolve
still
the?
bad.
Did
The
resolve
Force Will resolved,
two
and then
Ruby
he played
Force?
top.
Yeah.
So Force Will resolved, and Justin just passed the turn with a blue open.
Sure.
He played top, activated top, looked at the top 3, put them
Yeah.
back, passed the turn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're
So
caught up.
back to Justin on his turn. Where I'm sure Justin's going to do something fucking devastating because every card in Justin's deck is devastating at this point.
Now, unfortunately, it looks like the life totals are a little bit off camera, but the
yeah. I mean, honestly,
this
is not a matchup where life totals are super relevant, right?
I mean, Steve has X turns to draw outs, and it's either 1 turn or 4 turns, right? But
So Steve,
it can't be many
must have
now.
gotten, so Steve must have gotten Force of Will with his Vamp, and then tap to draw it and pass and pitch the Paradoxical in his hand, which makes sense because outcome with Leovold in play is not very good. All right, so Steve, Justin attacked with a bunch of stuff. Steve tried to play a Snapcaster to block as his last card in hand. Justin responded by hardcast Mindbreak Trap, and Steve just immediately scooped, which is totally relevant. So we're going to go to game 3 here with Steve McGrew on the play with Paradoxical Outcome against Justin Waller playing 3-color Bug with Leovold, but he only has 2 Leovolds.
yeah.
So we're going to call it Bug with Leovold. It's just like kind of Bug.
It's a bug.
It's like Bug mid-range.
Yeah, the bug lists don't have a. There isn't like a stock bug list in the same way that there's a stock
Oh, yeah.
outcome
Absolutely
list.
not. Like, Bug is very player specific. It's like, when
Yeah.
you want to beat, play those cards.
I could have vamped for a better card.
That was a pretty interesting game.
Yeah, I also like that we've seen 2 games, and I feel like, if you were to ask me how does the game go, You'd be like, oh, it could go one of two ways. Exactly the way the first one went, or exactly the way the second one went.
Like, I think both games were extremely player dependent. Like, neither game was just like, oh, player A blows out player B and there's nothing they could do about it. Like, both games were like there's a lot of decisions to make on both sides.
Yeah.
Like, Steve had some tutors to play and like some stuff to do. Like, Steve had a lot of decisions on the outcome side. He ended up losing. Where Justin also, like, Justin had some threats, but his game was also not autopilot. Like, there's so many decisions from both sides. And, like, turn forwards of the game sort of turn, right? Where, like, when Justin resolved Leovold, I was able to untap with the counterspell. Like, there was a lot going on both sides, and it was a really interesting, really interactive game of Magic. And right, like, you look at you look at standard, right? Where like, oh, like there's standards are really interactive. Like, standard is a great format right now, but those games like are like 12 turns where those interactions happen to get a game of that quality. This happened in like 3 turns. You got this really high quality game where both players had a lot of opportunities. They had a lot of opportunities to sort of think about like, what's my opponent going to do? How can I play around it? Like, how can I beat it? And I think both players played really, like, Justin played great. Justin, he understood what threats Steve might have. He sort of understood the matchup really well, right? Like, Justin knew what Steve can do. He knows what to be worried about. And he did a really good job of focusing on what's important and ignoring the things that were not. Like, he let things go that he didn't care about. He let tops go multiple times that he didn't really care about and was able to play the cards that actually mattered to him. Let's look at his sideboard here. So, I mean, like, Flusterstorm, Nullrod are in, but I'm not sure if Justin brought anything in except for those 2 cards.
Yeah, you kind of. I feel like the removal is sort of optional, right?
Like, I think
claim, trophy, decay, and flux,
like
all optional.
Like decay, I think 1 decay replaces 1 trophy for sure. Absolute minimum case, just because like decay against mentor is better. It's just strictly better than trophy. And like trophy does not kill Bicycle Colossus.
Does killing Academy matter?
I don't know.
It may not. It's pretty corner case, but it would be good if it happened. But
maybe you just want to bring in Wasteland.
Yeah, but I guess it kills Academy and stops Vault Key. But I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like I'm not in this matchup. I don't bring in all my black green to destroy spells. Right? You have to keep at least. I think I want probably 3 of those spells total in the deck. But that's like super. That is super unscientific. Just like general feel of how
just
like Magic.
Playing the matchup, dude. Yeah.
It's just like I've played Magic for 20 years. I played Vintage for 18 years. This is just how I feel. Is I want 3 of that effect. But I'm not saying it's correct. I could be wrong. And like Justin and I come at Magic from a much different angle, right? And like I like talking about Justin about Magic because he has a much different view than I do of a lot of matchups, of a lot of
Justin's played a lot of the Delver decks, right? He's played a lot of kind of tempo decks in the past.
Delver, but like Justin has played a lot of the best deck.
Okay.
Like he's played I played Justin a bunch on workshops on the sort of Ravager shops decks when that was the best deck.
As opposed to trying to attack the metagame, you mean?
Yeah. No, Justin is much more of a let me just play the best deck. That's why this bug deck's really interesting for him. Because I feel like when I see Justin, if I'm show up to a tournament, I'm like, when I sit down against across the table from Justin, I'm like, what is the best deck? That's what I expect him to be playing. Is like, what is the consensus best deck? I think he's gonna be playing Jeskai Control. He's gonna be playing Delver. He's gonna be playing Ravager Shops. I think he's just gonna be playing whatever the best thing is to be doing right now. Like he's not effing around. He's just, what's the best thing? Well, I'm gonna do that because it's the best thing.
All right, so we got a better turn 1 from Steve this time.
That's a really, really good turn 1 for Steve.
Yeah, it's not a...
That's a Mox of some kind from Justin. That looks like Lotus because he sacked it. That is...
Let's see, now, obviously...
That is a Preordain. So yeah, we've got our... Dex Spotter in that mode. Wait, is that really a Preordain? Yeah, so he's got 2 blue floating.
All right,
Wait, how does he have goddamn proxy period.
That's, put the deck together in the last minute.
To be fair, I
But it
have
is tough to
proxy
see.
predates too. That is almost certainly a null rod.
Pull up the top. Okay.
Given the last game was null rod. Wait, why is it tapped? Honestly, I don't know what's happening. I assume that's a null rod.
Trying to get a better view. That might be a.
Let me get a inquiry from our friends here. I don't know.
That
Does,
looks like
it
it
come
has
to play
a-
tapped.
I see
Why
it.
would it come to play tapped? Oh, that's.
I think it's a
the
dual
wasteland.
land,
That's
or
his
a
land
wasteland.
for the turn.
Yeah.
And then he played a Jace
Jace Prince Prodigy. Yeah.
Tapping null rod for with a blue floating. So
Tapping.
like he's
Tapping
just
floating,
like
yeah.
I have Flusterstorm. giant like flashing red siren
Well, I just wanted to get the card
I
out.
have a Flusterstorm in my hand.
You just wanted to get the card out.
Beware, friend. Which is like, there's zero chance he's ever countering.
I mean, don't you have to make all those plays even if you don't have a Flusterstorm?
I think I would not. I think I would just like leave the wasteland up. But I guess it depends on in Justin's hand, right? So like if Justin's hand
fair
is
enough,
like
fair enough.
dog shit, it makes sense. You're just like, I need to resolve JVP. Like I lose the game if the JVP is countered. Then what Justin did make sense. But if you're just like, well, you counter JVP, but then like untap and like play a death right and waste you, whatever, that's fine. I would just let them, like, I would rather keep the Flusterstorm secret. But again, like, that's really, if Justin had a blue land, I think he would have played it. So I think
Yeah,
Justin,
yeah,
if Justin
probably.
has any lands, they're
So he
more
probably has
waste
no
lands.
blue land. Yeah. That
Yeah,
makes
exactly,
sense.
right? Like you've got
All right,
enough
so-
vintage that we have the same. So Steve has turned to he
The
uses
Night's
top,
Whisper,
fetch Night's Whisper. I think Steve is in a really good spot here. Like Steve is ready to just put some Steve is just gonna put some cardboard into play.
Yeah.
And the fact that Justin did not have Null Rod there makes Steve missed his second land drop though, so suddenly
Yeah, he's in a vulnerable position, but it does,
he's very vulnerable.
I would guess that Justin
He's
doesn't
got
have
to
a
have a
no
counterspell though. Steve has a counterspell. He must have a force. Justin draws his card, glances at it, and immediately activates Jace Prince Prodigy. I'm happy about that if I'm Steve, right? Like, you're like, this dude does not have a second land. He does not have an island to play.
All right, so stripping that, which is not.
That is probably a Mox, given his other white borders.
Oh, that it discarded? Yeah.
Strip mine. Ooh.
Yep. So
I feel like he
strip mine
must,
the island.
I'm like 90% he drew that strip mine off the Jace. Like I feel like I am certain. That's a Vampire Tutor.
Yeah, okay, so.
I would bet you dinner that is getting Tolarian Academy if he has any spells in his hand with text on them.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't know what Steve has in his hand. It's probably.
But,
it's,
like,
it's
let's
Academy
be
if his
fair.
hand is good, it's Ancestral if his hand's bad, I'm guessing.
It's gotta be Tolarian. Oh my god. If it's Ancestral, if I'm Justin, I high five him and then I respond.
So, yeah, so
Okay,
Steve has
okay,
4
your
cards in
cards are
hand.
bad.
Any one of them.
Yeah.
Any one of them
Even,
could
like,
be
I've got
business, in
some
which
plays
case Academy gets
Tolarian.
pretty
If I'm
good.
Justin, I'm just like slumping in my chair like, fuck.
Yeah, though, I mean, Justin has the Wasteland, right? It just gives Steve 1 turn to use it. Now,
But like,
if that hand has an outcome in it, then that 1 turn could be the end of the
how do you
game.
feel about that one turn? To me, I feel like that one turn is game winning.
Yeah, if Steve has an outcome, then absolutely, that's going to be real good.
Yeah. And the best part is like if he has an outcome, Justin does not have Flusterstorm and does not have Mindbreak on. So like this is the part where Steve is just like he's just like rubbing his hands together. I'm on push to talk, so I can't even make the sound effect. It's just like rubbing your hands together, like, oh, this is gonna be good right here.
All right, so we're gonna get.
I did it, but you couldn't hear it. Trust me.
All right, so
All right.
tapping
He's
some mana.
blue. That looks like maybe a land
Time
on
Vault.
the top of his hand there.
Yeah, so Time Vault
Maybe
is
he
the
just
other
has
option,
Time
right?
Vault,
If he has
right?
one half the combo, then getting the other half here seems pretty good.
Yeah. Time Vault into play. Let's see what Justin does to this.
Yep, so you bounce that Jace Prince
Caracas.
Prodigy.
That is pretty cruel.
Yep.
I love it. That is just the biggest fucking troll play of all time.
Well, it's
Like, oh, nice play.
also correct, but yeah.
Bounce it. That is such a great play. I love it. Like, I don't. What do you think he cheated for there? It's not Caracas, right? Tell me it isn't Caracas.
No, I think it was the vault or the key. That's
Yeah.
my guess.
I mean, it had to be, right?
Yeah.
Justin, pass.
Yeah.
That feels bad. It feels like Justin is. I feel like there's a good chance Justin's just going to bounce
Yeah.
out of his
Yeah.
top 8.
All right.
For no fault of his own.
I don't know if you're behind, but we just